Obviously, you've been following what's been happening in the Middle East. When you saw the US joining Israel to bomb Iran's main nuclear site, what was your reaction?
No, I wasn't terribly pleased because I think the way forward is only through negotiations. They tried to destroy Iran too many times, and you should never ignore the resilience of the people. Finally, it must be multilateral arrangements, it must be through fair negotiations.
So this was the wrong decision?
Well, I think it doesn't take into account of the resilience and the capacity and the tenacity of the Iranian people. But what we welcome is, of course, the ceasefire.
Western countries, including here in France, are saying Iran has to abandon its nuclear program. Do you think this is a fair demand, or this is asking too much of Iran and it's different from other countries?
Well, if they want non-proliferation on the understanding that it should not be used as a weapon, fair. But then it should be consistent. And I think these contradictions, hypocrisy is too real, and people don't swallow it anymore. It's not an imperialistic design of colonial period where you can dictate. We have to be fair. No for Iran, yes, but no for Israel. But why these double standards?
You've talked a lot about double standards because of Israel's war in Gaza. Israel says, we do this to destroy Hamas because they attacked us on October 7. Do you believe that this is Israel's real goal in Gaza?
I mean, you must consider people are so idiotic to ignore the fact that thousands of children, babies who are all Hamas operators. I mean, this has been explained far too well and far too strong. And I'm very appreciative of the fact even the West, the people have voiced out. And I don't think on this issue that the ruling clique and elites represent the aspirations, sentiments, and the conscience of the majority of the people. In that regard, I think people like us in the far lands and at least see the the growing sentiment based on compassion, humanity is still there in Europe.
After October 7th, you called the Hamas leadership to express support. Why not condemn them for what they've done on October 7?
No, I support the initiative to reach a ceasefire. I do not support violence, but I cannot accept the fact that the start of the issue or the crisis is October the 7th. I mean, some Western leaders are completely blinded to the atrocities for decades. Why are we silent about all the atrocities happening day and weeks? Lands have been taken. I mean, you the French, you tell us the spirit of equality, fraternity for what? You talk about freedom. You understand now why people rise even against the French colonial powers. Now, why do you condone colonialism? Why do you condone, accept the fact that some areas, Arab lands, can be colonized? That I fail to understand. So I think if you want to urge the Hamas or Palestinians to say, look, have this whole spirit of peace, I did. I mean, of course, the Ismail died in the assassination by Israel, but I did. I met not to provoke and encourage violence. I met to encourage him to try and engage with the Qataris and the Egyptians and the Americans to try and strike a deal. What's wrong with that? But certainly I'm not there as a lackey of some other countries to condemn them and then silent on Israel and allowing Israel to continue with impunity.
Some are saying that obviously you're very critical of Israel because of its war in Gaza, but you're much less vocal about Russia's invasion of Ukraine. You've met with Vladimir Putin several times. Why this double standard? Some people
It's
would
not
say.
double standard. We have expressed our position vis-a-vis the war in Ukraine and the fact that the invasion has been condemned, and I make no qualms about it. And I urge President Putin, when I met him, to enter into negotiations.
He's not listening, obviously.
Well, so are the other countries also not listening. I mean, I think what he told me, he's prepared, but don't dictate and don't conspire against him. I said, notwithstanding this, I don't represent anyone. I mean, we come from a different region and a smaller country, but as a friend, I urge him to then seek some sort of an amicable, peaceful resolution of the conflict.